Darksiders 2 Deathinitive Edition is the second entry of the Darksiders series, packaged with all the DLC of the original, including 3 unlockable extra campaigns. It features a new protagonist, Death, War's brother and one of the 4 horsemen. I know the game is called Darksiders 2, but it's not actually a sequel. It takes place during the time War was imprisoned, making it a sidequel? Before you get angry and confused about the title, I just want you to know that Darksiders 3 and Darksiders Genesis both do not take place after the final events of Darksiders 1. That means Darksiders fans have been waiting for the story to move forward for nearly 14 years. Kingdom Hearts fans, you're not alone. The narrative in Darksiders 2 has a big focus on world building. It expands the universe of the franchise to something much bigger than before. While the plot itself is about Death beginning a journey to save War's name and potentially bringing humanity back to life, it's merely a vehicle for the world building and for the development of Death as a character. A lot of names and terms get thrown at you, sometimes faster than you keep up with, but I found it engaging beyond just being a B-action movie flick like described Darksiders 1 story as. The voice acting is top-notch. Unfortunately, the animation during dialogue leaves a little to be desired. Characters use canned animations a lot. The more cinematic presentation is used very sparingly compared to Darksiders 1, which can make it harder to pay attention to the conversation sometimes. By the way, I did review Darksiders Remastered Edition before, so go watch that video in my channel if you haven't. The game starts off strong with very nice looking maps and great vistas. The world is more organically put together, with more things to find and explore beyond the story progression, a healthy and not excessive amount of side quests you can complete, and a lot of dungeons that you can go in and out of very seamlessly. The combat bettered in every way compared to the previous game, with Death being more nimble and enemies being more aggressive, as well as a lot more depth to its equipment system and even skill tree to supplement your preferred playstyle. Traversal is also improved with some Prince of Persia inspired parkour going on that feels great to pull off, and in most of the open map you can ride a horse from the very start of the game. The game is full of potential. It could be the perfect sequel. Then the cracks begin to show, or rather, the crashes begin to show. Oh, come on, you know that was a good... Darksiders 2 is known to have had some of its later development stages rushed, because Visual Games was going under. So I guess they didn't have as much time as they'd like to test this game. In my 19-hour long playthrough, the game crashed 4 times. This is one of the reasons why playing this on PlayStation 5 was a good idea, because with the game autosaving very often, rebooting it and continuing from where I left off takes like 20 seconds. I can't imagine how annoying it would have been on a PC or a slower console. Such is the processing power of the Sony PlayStation 5, only $399 US. The game also cut off all audio for me during a long segment much later in the story and skipped all dialogue from one of the characters there, which sucked because the character happened to be a favorite of mine. So yeah, expect some glitchy behavior happening, even though the game is very much fully playable from start to finish. The parkour I brought up before as a good thing can quickly turn into a frustrating mess when the game puts a timer on it. Luckily, there are only 2 or 3 times when that happens. I think I would have enjoyed this game a lot more if the dungeons were better designed. As I said earlier, there are a lot of dungeons. The story dungeons can get really long, and starting from the halfway point of the game, I found them a chore to navigate through sometimes. The maps don't really show how complex the layouts get or how some puzzles end involving spots that can be pretty spread apart. If you're a puzzle fan, the good news is the puzzles really do require using your brain to solve. It almost feels like I should be liking this game more. I got all achievements the first game. This is supposed to be even better, right? It's just the dungeons drag the experience down, and the entire Kingdom of the Dead portion of the game goes on for way too long. All while every dungeon features the exact same design motif. And honestly, even if I like this game more, some of the optional collectibles are really annoying to keep track of. Ocarina of Time had indicators for when you collected all gold tokens per an area. Why couldn't this game indicate when I had all the dead pages, stone bites, or relics so I could search somewhere else? I'm not saying this is a bad game. If you are into character action with some Prince of Persia parkour and Zelda-style dungeon items with stat building on top, and you only care to finish the main story and maybe the extra campaigns, I think you have fun for 15 to 20 hours of gameplay here. And honestly, Death as a character is more interesting to watch than War was. Thanks for watching. Cheerios!